everybody, and welcome to another Weather Wednesday. My name is Elias, and we welcome you to viewing our Science on a Sphere here at the Space Foundation Discovery Center. Well, winter is upon us, and many of you may be asking, well, it seems like winter has been here for quite a while. What is this thing called the winter solstice? We are now embarking on the what's called the astronomical winter season, and that begins on December 21st at 9:19 p.m. here in Mountain Time, so that's 11:19 Eastern Time. And here's a unique little trivia. Here in 2019 in the Pacific Time Zone, that's going to begin at 2019 if you use the 24-hour clock. So 2019 for the winter solstice there in the Pacific Time Zone. That's pretty fun. Now, what is going on during this winter solstice? To show you, I'm going to use Science on a Sphere. This is a very special data set that is provided to us by the GOES 16 and 17 satellites. And here, the GOES 16 and 17 satellites is one of the most advanced, or it is the most advanced weather satellite that we have to date. So what I would like to show you, obviously, these are the clouds going over the United States recently. These bright white clouds here, these are those precipitation makers, the rain makers and the snow makers. The lighter clouds here, or the light blue clouds that you see here, those are the low-level clouds. Maybe they're possibly fog or some clouds that are really close to the ground. But here I want to show you something that's pretty interesting as we look at the southern hemisphere here. And that is, if you look very closely, you'll see these bright, almost white patches going across the ocean. Look at that right there. And now I'm going to back it up so that you guys can see that again. See those bright patches right there? What is that? What is going on there? Well, that is actually the sun's reflection off the ocean. That's pretty cool. That is where the sun is directly overhead of the ocean. Now, you may be asking, okay, well, why is there two of them? There's one here and then there's one here. Well, if you can see, there's a line right here. And this whole data set is basically, this data set is a mixture or a combination of two satellites, what's called GOES East and GOES West. So over here you have GOES East, over here you have GOES West. So we have two satellites giving us the combination of this whole picture. So you're just seeing the reflection, the direct reflection of the sun going back into two satellites. Now what makes this interesting, what makes this cool, is this is the direct location of where the sun is at its southernmost point, at the lowest point on the Earth. And this correlates to the winter solstice. You see, the winter solstice is where the sun is at its southernmost point on the Earth. Now, why does the sun move north and south on the Earth? Well, that's because the Earth is tilted. The Earth is tilted on its axis. The North Pole, the north part of the Earth, is always pointed towards the northern star. We call that star Polaris. And it's always pointed towards that North Pole, and that gives the Earth about a 23-degree tilt. And as the Earth is going around the sun, that tilt always points to the North Star. So sometimes the northern part of the Earth is pointed directly at the sun, and sometimes the southern part of the Earth is pointed directly at the sun. And right now, the southern part of the Earth is pointed directly at the sun. That means that the southern hemisphere is experiencing summer right now. It's just getting into its summer season as we are getting into into our winter season. So here, the sun is now directly over a latitude that we call the Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, the Tropic of Capricorn is a latitude mark on the Earth where the sun goes all the way down to its southernmost point, and that's what we call the Tropic of Capricorn. When this moves all the way north during the summer solstice, then it parks itself over the Tropic of Cancer, which is the northern latitude mark. So what is this word solstice? What does that mean? And that might give you a little understanding of what is happening. Solstice means sun, or sol means sun, and stis comes from the Latin word sistere, which means to stand still. So the winter solstice is when the sun is standing still in the sky and it is not going any farther south and is now going to start its journey north. So the days are now going to get longer. The sun is now going to make its way back north on its way towards the summer season, which will happen about June 21st. So there you have a really cool visual of what is happening during the winter solstice. Now, before I finish this, I want to talk about the difference between the meteorological winter and the astronomical winter. Astronomical winter is the one that I just talked about, where the sun is at the southernmost point. But meteorologists often refer to winter as the months of December 1, all the month of December, January, and February. So the 3 months of December, January, and February, those mark the meteorological winter. So why do they use December 1 as kind of the defining point of winter? And that's just so that it makes it easier for them to capture data for an entire month. That way they don't have to break their data in the middle of a month or compare 1 month. It makes it easier for them to compare 1 month to another month every year and so on and so forth. So meteorological winter starts December 1 and goes through March 1. So there you have our seasons. Okay, so it's because of the Earth's tilt where the sun is directly overhead. And as we head into this winter season, I want to wish you guys a very Merry Christmas. This has been a fun journey to start these Weather Wednesdays. I encourage you guys over this holiday break, I encourage you guys to share with friends and family these Weather Wednesdays. We will be taking a couple weeks off to celebrate Christmas with our families and New Year's with our families. So we'll be doing these Weather Wednesdays again January 8th. We look forward to seeing you then. Follow us on Facebook, share us on Instagram and Twitter, and we look forward to hearing questions from you. And thank you for sharing in this journey. We wish you guys a very Merry Christmas. Talk to you again soon.